The Shepnaz Podcast begins now.
You're listening to the Shepnaz Podcast, a podcast at Shepherd Church. Everything we do here is to help people take their next step toward Jesus, and this podcast is one of those things. We want to help you engage daily in your walk with Christ. Today, we have Bryanna. She's here. She's our youth director here at Shepherd Church, and she's going to be talking a little bit about youth ministry, also about a new thing that we're starting, a young adult ministry. So we want you to be informed, to see how you can be involved and kind of hear what's happening. So Bryanna, what's up?
Not much.
Not much.
Just here.
Here you are. Well, we're thankful for you for being here, and just love having you on the team. So let's kind of do this in two segments. The first, let's talk about youth ministry. It's kind of, it's literally why you're here, and kind of talk about how it's going, how we as a church could support you in our student ministry, how we can, keep that going and kind of share some wins. And then the second kind of half, we'll talk about this new thing that we're starting. So give us an update. What's going on in the world of Shepnaz Youth?
So it's going really well. We're at the start of the school year, so lots of things happening.
Yeah.
It's an exciting time. We have kind of switched our layout of Wednesday nights, so we're kind of focused on small groups, which has been really great. We've been able to kind of get deeper into the message a bit more, and our leaders have been able to connect with the teens more in that way. So it's going really well. We've been at it for about a month and a half now. So
Great.
That's been great. We have added a couple new leaders, which has been really awesome. And we've been getting new numbers or new students to come on Wednesdays, which has been great, and connecting with them. It's been really fun, so it's going really well.
That's awesome. And you say you've got new leaders, but it does not mean that you are not looking for people who want to invest in the lives of teenagers. So if you're out there and you're like, man, what could I do to make a difference in this world? The truth is, you could not find a better place than youth ministry to change someone's life. The things that teenagers go through right now is crazy. You probably know, and you probably see, and you want to help. So we want you to help too. So you should get a hold of Pastor Bryanna, and she can hook you up and get you involved with our students. It's a great time. Anything coming up soon for our youth ministry that you want people to know that's happening?
So we kind of stick to a usual schedule, but we have Fuse every month, which is like a big event. It's like outreach. This upcoming month for November, we're doing Shepnaz Youth Got Talent. So
nice.
We're going to basically pretend like we're America's Got Talent, have judges, and it's going to be fun. And then we're going to do like a little Christmas thing in December for Fuse. And so yeah, if you want to find ways to support outside of becoming a leader, you can pray for us.
Always you had me at Christmas.
Exactly. We also have fall retreat coming up, which is next week. So
fall retreat's happening. So by the time you hear this, it'll be like right then.
Yep. So lots of fun things.
Awesome. Well, we really do value youth ministry. We value teenagers. The vast majority of people who choose to follow Jesus do so before the age of 15. Vast majority of people. And so we know that it's an incredibly important time. So we want to make sure that that's happening. So if you have any more questions about what's happening in our youth ministry, you should get a hold of her. Find it on our website. You can. But we also have something new and exciting that we've been talking about, and that you've been dreaming about for a while, and it's finally to the place where we're able to kind of launch it. And it's something that's kind of near and dear to your heart. So let's talk about it. You saw, a problem, and you are seeking a solution. So let's talk about it.
Coming November 4th is a fall movie night. Bring the whole family for bonfires with hot dogs, s'mores, hay rides, and an outdoor family-friendly movie. Don't forget your blankets or lawn chairs. Invite your friends and neighbors to join us. That's November the 4th at 4 p.m. outside at our Gahanna campus. You can find out about all our upcoming events at shepnaz.org/calendar.
So for a couple years now, to give background context, I grew up at Shepherd and has always been my home church. And I moved away for college out of state and came back during COVID. And the state of the church, I noticed there weren't a lot of young adults, and the young adults that were here, there wasn't really a place for us to connect. And if you've been through college or are currently at that place, when you kind of graduate, you're in that awkward in between stage where you have like your friends from college or high school, but then you're kind of entering into a career, you're starting a family. So finding community can be challenging. And I found that when I moved back here, especially most of my friends were from out of state. So it was just this in-between phase of like, I really want to find friends, but I don't really know how. And there wasn't really that space. And then I got connected in a small group, but again, just was searching for more. And I think we were all at that the same page on that, wanting to find a place or where we can have more community. And then when I entered into this role working with teenagers, I became even more passionate about it because I wanted there to be a place for them when they graduate and a place for them to connect. So that is how we kind of got to the discussion of creating a space and a time for young adults to meet, which is where we are now. So.
Yeah, and so we know as a church that it's long been one of the kind of problems of the church, not just our church, but a lot of churches, that finding a place for people once they get out of high school that they can feel like they're connected, because there's something that we do for teenagers and for kids that we don't always do for adults, which is provide a lot of ample areas for connection. Now we try with small groups and different things like that, but they're not on the same kind of playing field as what we do with youth ministry. And so let's talk a little bit about what we've kind of got cooking up. And I know it's just getting started, and it might evolve into other things, but just like where are we starting to try to bring a solution to this?
Yeah. So where we are at right now, I didn't want this to interfere with small groups because a lot of our young adults at Shepherd are involved in small groups. So I didn't want that to, this to replace that or have it, disconnect them from their groups or anything like that. But kind of where we're at is a twice a month meeting time. So the first week of the month, it'll be on a Saturday evening. And it is just like a time for us to gather and do worship and like play games and hang out, and also have like a devotional time. So we have that, that element where we connect spiritually. And then the last Saturday of the month will be a hangout as well, but it'll be out in public. So we can like go out to dinner or go to Topgolf, just like a fun thing, or some people might host it at their house. So, but really it's just a space for us to do life together, become friends. And it's nothing like super structured. It's just kind of like come as you are, and we're going to have fun together. So,
yeah. And we want you to be a part of it. And we know, like, we live in a town, in a city, that there are people under the age of 30 who are looking and craving community. And we know that you're out there. And so we want you to be a part of it. It's a no pressure area that you just come, be yourself, and get plugged into a community of people who will love you and who will walk through life with you. And so if you're someone that's like, man, I could use something like that, shoot us an email at podcast@shepnaz.org so we can get you connected with this new thing that's happening, this kind of no pressure situation that you could be a part of. And Bryanna is going to be a part of it, and so is Josh, her husband. And we got a lot of people who want to meet you and get to know you. But we're thankful for your ministry, Bryanna, for all that you're doing with our teenagers, now the young adults. Thanks for being here. If you need any more about what's happening at Shepherd, you can find on our website, our social media pages, through our app, and you can always get a hold of us at podcast@shepnaz.org. Thanks to Bryanna for being here. I'm Joey. Thanks for listening. Have a great day.
This is a production of the Shepherd Church of the Nazarene, Gahanna, Ohio. Email to podcast@shepnaz.org and let us know what you think.